Hey everyone. Welcome back to another review. This time we're going to be taking a journey back through time. Sort of. I mean, technically I did a review on Scooby-Doo not too long ago. It's been about 6 months because I did one in October and all that. So it's actually been a little while. But I'm here to do another Scooby-Doo episode review. If you guys enjoyed this content, please hit that like button and subscribe for more videos and content. I am currently right now at 252 subs. If we get this channel to 300 subs, I'll be doing my very first top 10 video, and I will also be doing another video too on SpongeBob. So remember to hit that like button and subscribe. Anywho, let's get into the video. So this is the very first episode of What's New Scooby-Doo. Yes, the very first episode of What's New Scooby-Doo. Not the original show, but What's New Scooby-Doo. And I gotta say, it's actually pretty interesting. Yes, it's pretty interesting indeed. Apparently it takes place in the snow. So if you guys like snow so much, well, this episode takes place in snow. I'm not really sure where they're at. I don't think the episode ever addresses where they're at. I don't think, at least. I could be wrong, but I don't remember them addressing it at all. But basically, though, it takes place in some sort of snow place, which is very odd because I think this is actually the only Scooby-Doo show where it has the very first episode where it takes place in snow. We've had other locations, like spooky ones and stuff, but I think this is the only one where it takes place in a snowy area as the first episode. There's been snowy episodes in the past, but this one is the first episode of this series. So anywho, how is it? More importantly, what is it about? Well, it's about the gang, I guess, going snowboarding. I think they're going snowboarding. Basically, they go snowboarding, and they are going to see, I guess, idols or something. I think, Freddy wants to see all his idols there, and by the way, there's not really that many idols. There's like a couple people in this episode who are snowboarders. The rest of people are just people that are just there and all that. We got the billionaire guy, we got the guy, we got the gal who's talking on the phone and stuff. So we got a lot of people. There's only a couple people who are snowboarders. You'd think there'd be more of them, but I guess not. But I guess it's alright, cause Fred gets to go see his snowboarding buddies. But something ends up happening. Apparently, one of the snowboarders breaks his leg due to a snow creature. Yes, a snow creature. And they go out and investigate. And this is where we get to one of the parts of the episode that a lot of people might find kind of funny. But we actually get thick Velma. Yes, we get thick Velma. Velma is very thick in these scenes. Now she didn't put on weight. What ended up happening was she was putting on a bunch of coats and stuff to keep warm. I'm surprised she's not burning up in those coats, because even wearing all those coats, you'd probably be burning up inside them. But hey, I don't know, it's a cartoon. but she ends up wearing all of them so she doesn't get a cold. But she ends up getting a cold anyway, so Mother Nature apparently disagreed with her and all that. It's funny though that she got a cold and all that, and the rest of the characters didn't. But I don't know. But yeah, she caught a cold, but it's still pretty interesting. We see thick Velma here. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually pretty funny. Now I gotta say, when it comes to cartoon weight gains, I don't really mind them too much. They're not usually too bad. But I gotta say, it's kind of funny. We've actually not seen really any cartoon weight gains on Scooby-Doo. Like, I'm really surprised. Like, we seen, like, there was a Scooby-Doo movie where Daphne had, like, looked like she put on pounds, but it turns out it was just it was just a suit like Velma's wearing, but it was like it's not a different kind of suit with like helium and stuff in it. So it's pretty funny that like they never had weight gains. We had like one where Shaggy and Scooby gained weight in Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, but I'm surprised there's not really any Velma or Daphne weight gains. I would say there could be a Fred weight gain, but I think Fred would be kind of weird. Shaggy and Scooby is alright, but Fred gaining weight would be kind of funny. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because, Velma's looks thick here, but she's not thick. She's just wearing a coat. But yeah, it is true. We have not yet seen Velma or Daphne gaining weight yet on Scooby-Doo, which is pretty interesting. But enough about talking about that. So we need to discuss something. We need to discuss the big part of the episode. I told you guys that there's a monster out there breaking legs, and apparently it is this guy here. Yes, it is Jack Frost, his brother here. He does kind of look like Jack Frost, like he could be Jack Frost's brother. Or maybe it's Jack Frost's long-lost uncle. I don't know. But this creature here is honestly a pretty interesting-looking creature. He looks pretty cool. I like him. He looks pretty cool. Very vicious. But yeah, he looks very vicious and scary, and looks like he could probably do some harm, which he does. Again, he breaks people's legs. So we got a monster going out and breaking legs and all that. We got that, and honestly though, this monster doesn't really have a whole lot of... he's a cool looking monster, but I don't really feel a lot with this monster. See, later in the show, we'll have, like, backstories and stuff. Personally, I don't mind this monster not having a backstory, because some of these backstories in this show can scare the crap out of me. I'm not kidding. Like there's one with a mummy, and it's freaking scary as hell. So, yeah, I get scared very easily, so I'm kind of glad this monster does not have a backstory. But they really don't have a backstory, though, for this monster, but, they actually don't start putting backstories in for these monsters until later down the road. But it's pretty cool that we get, it's pretty cool that at least there's a monster here. Like, he's just a monster that suddenly just lives in the snow or something, which is pretty interesting. But I gotta say, though, I do like the monster. I think he's pretty cool looking. He does look pretty cool. Those eyebrows, those red eyes, and that weirder looking nose, which I suppose he's supposed to represent the abominable snowman. Or maybe someone was putting a hat on a block of ice and brought him to life. I don't really know. It's possible. This monster here apparently has a realistic looking nose. So maybe maybe it was maybe someone built the monster and brought it to life with a magic hat. I don't really know. Enough of that. I mean, jokes aside, though, yeah, the monster's pretty cool. But I gotta say though, something ends up happening. I told you guys that Velma gets a cold, but apparently Fred breaks his legs. So Fred gets it worse. He breaks one of his legs due to the monster. He breaks one of his legs. Again, the monster breaks his legs by knocking him down to the hill and all that. I mean, can you break a leg? Like, I mean, I guess you probably could, like if you roll down the hill in a certain way, but the thing is though is I know the snow owl in those areas I know is where I mean I don't really know where this takes place at, but I'm pretty sure there's all like a few feet of snow. So the fact that you can break your leg on it is just pretty interesting, but I don't know, it's probably possible. But yeah, so yeah, he ends up breaking his leg, so only Shaggy, Scooby, and Daphne are really available. Velma, goes out a little bit. But she doesn't really do a lot. She really doesn't do a whole lot in this episode at all. She's kind of just there, it feels like. Like, she doesn't really do anything in this episode. She basically gets a cold, and then she basically sits a lot of the episode out. But we do get, some moments with Daphne being a badass. Instead of being this damsel in distress, we actually get her being a badass. Even though, again, like, she's known for being a damsel in distress. She's basically a badass in this episode, trying to melt the snow creature and then throwing a bunch of snow on it. That's pretty cool. But yeah, but I think again that the characters do have a little bit of more to do in this episode than they have in the past. So I really do like that. We got Fred, obsessed with idols. We got Daphne being a badass. Velma's kind of just Velma. She's just there. I mean, she gets sick, but it feels like they give the characters more of the things to do, because in the original show, a lot of them don't have much to do. It's mostly just Shaggy and Scooby that have stuff to do. But we do get moments in this episode here where they're actually doing something rather than just like Fred being a typical leader, Velma being the smarty person, and then Daphne being the damsel in distress. We actually get them doing stuff in this episode, give them more of a personality, which I like. They make Fred more goofy too, like when he's reading his UPS. I do like that. I like how we get that, where we actually get them to we get them like giving them more personalities. But overall, it's pretty nice. And I also gotta say the suspects in this episode, there's actually quite a bit of suspects in this episode. Now the thing is, they're like half of them freaking disappear on this show, like in this episode, half of them disappear. We don't see like the billionaire again, like, until like the very end. He appears like in a couple scenes at the beginning, but then he disappears. Then we get an appearance with this old guy, this other old guy. I think he's like an old guy. I don't know if you call him an old guy or not. But he basically ends up basically finding Fred just laying in the snow. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was the creep walking outside at night. Because they spotted that's why Daphne went out with her snow vehicle and ran to the monster and dumped him with a bunch of snow on top of him, because because basically though basically, the monster, well, the monster, I mean, basically, they found someone outside, but apparently it's not that guy, because it reveals the other guy at the end. Like, it reveals that the person in the mask at the end of the episode, but I do like how we get a lot more suspects in this episode, because in the original show, the first two incarnations, actually, not just the original, the first two, like, we don't really get a whole lot of suspects. But I like how in this episode we get a whole bunch of suspects. So we kind of start, questioning who's who, and I like that. I like that a lot. So it's not just us figuring out who the who the bad guy is and all that. We also get this one bitch. This woman's a bitch, by the way. She's a bitch. If you think Daphne was a freaking bitch in the Halloween episode, which, by the way, you guys should check that out. It's pretty cool. This woman, I don't know her name. I don't know if they ever mentioned her name, but she basically literally pushes Shaggy off the cliff in snowing. I guess it's basically her pushing him off because he was being a show off, saying he's an invincible Shagginator. But still, this woman literally freaking pushed like him off the cliff to like freaking to like to his doom basically. So I'm like, I'm just like this woman's kind of being a jackass here by just pushing people off the cliffs and stuff. Yeah, she's not really my favorite. She's kind of a snob, and all that. You would think maybe she'd be the one behind all this, but apparently not. No, no, no. Apparently it is Avalanche Averson or whatever his name is. He is the one who's responsible for this. Yeah, he's the one who's responsible. Basically, they catch him, and then for some reason they tie him up. I'm not sure why they tie him up, but they do. They tie him all up, and I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense because they can't really handcuff him. There's like no police around, but they just tie him up and expect they expect him to they expect you to just maybe think that he'd be go to jail or something, but no, they just like tie him up and all that, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. I mean, his name does kind of give it away a little bit that he's responsible for it, though, because of his name, Avalanche. Avalanche Anderson. Basically, how the snow creature creates all those avalanches and breaks people's legs. That really makes sense. So the villain can kind of be a little predictable, but they do give us, they give us some other suspects. They do give us, again, that bitch, woman who, again, pushed Shaggy off the cliff and was being a snob to the Chris, snow guy who was snowboarding. I forgot his last name, but yeah, basically though, yeah, he gets pushed off. Like, I mean, basically they end up going to snowboard and I guess we finally see other snowboards at the end of the episode. So there were more snowboard people. I guess they just didn't show them throughout the episode. But then we get, I guess Shaggy ends up winning the race because of Scooby scaring them. Because Shaggy didn't want to snowboard. And then basically I guess you would think he would get he would get $1 million. But nope, apparently the billionaire guy lost all his money. I'm not really sure how he lost his money, but he did. Honestly, I kind of feel bad for the guy. He lost all his money. He lost all of his money, and he ends up having to work for that other old guy with the hat and stuff. I kind of feel bad for him. I kind of wish something would have happened to the other gal who was being a bitch throughout the episode, but I guess not. But also, I didn't mention the song number too. Yeah, there's a song number in this episode, and I gotta say, out of this entire series, I gotta say this is probably my favorite song from the entire series. Well, this entire series here. Like, I don't know the name of it, but it's really good. Like, it's very catchy. It's not my favorite of the entire show, like the entire Scooby-Doo franchise, but it is my favorite in this. It is my favorite musical number, like in this episode, well, in this entire show. Funny enough, they actually kind of stopped doing after this series. They kind of stopped doing the musical numbers. The musical numbers kind of died out. I mean, they're okay. I mean, they're good songs, but it's not, at the same time, I kind of like to hear the more dialogue from the characters. But it's still very good. I still really like it. Yeah, I still like the music in this show and all that. It's still pretty good. But yeah, I do like the musical numbers. Like, I do. This one is definitely my favorite of all of them in the show. But definitely not my favorite in the entire series, because there are ones that are even better, especially with the movies. But this one's still pretty good. But it's a pretty good song. I really like it. I especially like it when like Shaggy and Scooby attempt to murder the monster. I'm not kidding. They literally push him off this deadly cliff, and then apparently he comes back and flying up in the air. Like, how the hell does he do that so fast? Like, he doesn't even climb up the wall. He just flies back up there like he's freaking like Superman or Spider-Man or something. I don't know. I mean, it's just crazy. He just comes flying back up. It's just really funny. But overall, I think this episode is pretty good. This is a really good start, even though it's kind of weird. It's a snow episode. It's still pretty good. I still really like it. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this episode here is definitely a good, and I'm gonna be giving it 120 points. Definitely getting 120 points. I really enjoyed this episode. I really enjoyed this one. This one was really good. Definitely a good start to this show. I don't think it's the best snow episode in my opinion, but it's definitely really good. I do really like this episode a lot. I think it's a great start to this series. I like how they give the characters more personalities without making them unlikable. They actually make them likable. So unlike the Velma show, where like I actually still need to go back and watch the entire series, I just haven't been feeling like doing it. I do kind of regret saying that the show was not that bad, like as bad as I thought it was. By watching just 2 episodes, I should have just not said that, because I kind of regret it now after watching reviews. But otherwise, though, I don't know. This is still really good. I still really like it. And overall, this is a really good episode. Also, sorry if you guys hear my puppy bark whining. He's whining a lot. But overall, though, yeah, I do really enjoy this episode. Also, this is the gal, the gal in the pink here, she's the only gal on the screen right now. She is actually the one I was talking about. That she's kind of a snob and all that. And just look at Fred's look on his face. Like, someone screenshotted this on Google, and this is what pulled up. It's really weird looking. It's really weird, like the way he looks there. But overall, this is definitely a really good episode. And one more thing before I do go, because my puppy's whining and he's gonna probably wake up my dad. I need to probably get going. But I'm gonna show you guys something pretty cool here. While I was actually looking for images on my review, I found this. Now I decided not to color this one because I figured there's no point of coloring it because it's just a picture here. But you guys can see here, someone made this. Although Scooby-Doo looks very horrifying. Like, look at his, like, tiny pupil eyes and stuff. It looked very creepy. Shaggy looks pretty cool looking, and so does the monster. Although it doesn't beat the actual real episode art, though. But it's still pretty cool looking. Except for Scooby. Scooby looks creepy, but overall, although I think this is probably where I'm gonna wrap this up, though. Tell me what you guys think of this episode in the comments below, and I'll see you guys all next time. Remember to stay safe and enjoy, I guess, the summer heat, because that's exactly what it is. It's like the opposite of what it is right now. Oops, sorry about that. It's the opposite of what it is right now on that episode. It's like, it's really hot out. Like, it's getting in the 90s and stuff, so it's pretty hot. But I'm going to go ahead and let things go from here. So see you guys all next time. Bye-bye.